I am having a very, very bad morning. Look in my face. I'm not in a very good mood.
Well, we can't actually go through that live, but let's say they had his best interest at heart.
Here's what I love about First Take. Nobody keeps receipts better than us.
So Stephen A. Smith just went off on Vanessa Bryant. And this wasn't just shade, this was a full-blown explosion. He's claiming that everything happening now is exactly what he predicted. And the drama is so wild, it's hard to believe. Within just months of cozying up with her new man, Vanessa found herself blindsided, dumped over text, left heartbroken, and even robbed of Kobe's anniversary jewelry. On top of that, whispers started that she put her own kids at risk for a guy she barely even knew. Now the question buzzing everywhere, was Vanessa really caught off guard? Or did somebody play her from the very beginning?
May you both rest in peace and have fun in heaven until we meet again one day.
According to insiders, Vanessa woke up to that cold breakup text from her so-called boo. Just like that, the relationship was dead. But here's where it gets even crazier. Because heartbreak turned straight into fury when she realized her man didn't just walk away. He allegedly walked out with Kobe's jewelry too, pieces tied to anniversaries and memories worth more than money. That's when things went from private pain to a police matter. Word first leaked after a source connected to Newport Beach PD revealed Vanessa came in to file a complaint about missing jewelry and cash. But here's the kicker. She supposedly asked them to keep the report quiet, almost like she didn't want the world to know just how messy things had gotten. And wait for it. According to the official report, this wasn't some random break-in or burglary. Nope. Vanessa believed her own lover, the same guy she had trusted, was the one who stole from her.
The widow had a ticket for her never seen in public before boyfriend, but she chickened out at the last minute for the big event last night. And that is Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa Bryant, at the 2024 ESPY Awards. Vanessa ended up taking Ciara, but back in the day there was a rumor that Fernando Vargas, the boxer, lived in her guest house.
And that's when it all snapped into place. Vanessa wasn't just mourning the breakup, she was drowning in regret and shame. She knew the second this story hit the public, the backlash would come crashing down like a tidal wave. And right on cue, Stephen A. Smith swooped in, ready to twist the knife. Things took a darker turn when Stephen confirmed that Vanessa's boyfriend really did dump her. Remember when whispers first spread about her moving on with some guy just 5 years after losing Kobe and her daughter? Stephen A. was the first one blasting her, pulling receipts, and making sure nobody forgot who the real victims were. Now that her relationship has officially blown up, Stephen wasted zero time tearing into her on his show. He flat out said he always knew this man would walk away, and that all the warning signs were right there from the start. But Stephen didn't stop at, "I told you so." He hit her with an even colder truth. According to him, the worst part wasn't the breakup. It was that Vanessa allegedly gambled everything, even her children's well-being, for a man she barely knew. One clip from his rant went instantly viral, not just for his words, but for the way he said them. Leaned back in his chair, smirking, like he'd been waiting for this downfall all along. The delivery was ice cold, almost mocking, as he doubled down and dared Vanessa to prove him wrong.
Kobe and I were pretty tight. People didn't realize that, but we were. He talked to me about a lot of things. And in 2006, he came on my show, quite frankly, that time. And I was talking to him about hosting the show. I was hosting the show, and I said, hey, they calling me like, they saying I got the potential to be the next Oprah. And he said, quote, F Oprah, Harpo.
Fans didn't just nod along with Stephen A. They lit up the comment section, and the reactions were brutal. She thought she was slick, but she got played, one wrote. Another dropped the bomb. Kobe would be rolling in his grave if he saw what this woman's doing. And then the harshest one yet. Stephen A's on point as usual. Vanessa's been a traitor. The internet dragged her with no mercy. But believe it or not, that was just the beginning, because then Kobe's mother, Pamela Bryant, stepped into the fire, and her arrival sent this drama into overdrive. word started swirling that Vanessa could actually lose custody of the two younger Bryant girls. Now, everyone knows Kobe and his parents had a rocky relationship when he was alive, but one thing was never in doubt. They adored those grandkids. And once Pamela caught wind that Vanessa had allegedly let her new man inside the home with direct access to the kids, she snapped instantly. Pamela didn't roll up quiet. No, she stormed into Vanessa's house like a woman on a mission. If you've seen the footage, you know she didn't come looking like a grieving grandmother. She came in like a warrior ready for battle. She unleashed on Vanessa, calling her out, accusing her of dragging the family name straight through the dirt, and blasting her for putting the children in danger over some romance. To Pamela, moving on after loss is one thing, but letting a man you barely know get that close to your kids, that was a line she refused to let anyone cross. And she didn't just come in to yell, she came with demands. She told Vanessa to pack the girls' bags and hand them over on the spot. That fiery confrontation lit the fuse for a custody showdown. And that's when Vanessa finally snapped. Vanessa completely broke down after that blow-up with Pamela. She started wailing, accusing Kobe's mom of trying to rip her kids away. And within hours, she shared a shaky video of herself crying. Her face looked drained, her voice cracked, but not everybody bought it. Pamela, for one, wasn't moved at all. In fact, she doubled down, telling people close to her that if Vanessa thought tears would scare her off, she had another thing coming. According to an insider, Pamela's exact words were chilling. "I'll go to the deepest parts of hell before I ever allow you to ruin those kids the way you ruined my son." With a line like that, it became crystal clear. This wasn't just family drama anymore. This was shaping into a full-blown war over custody. At this point, Vanessa had already lost her public image, but now the stakes were higher. If Pamela managed to prove Vanessa was slipping as a mother, she risked losing the children too. That's when Vanessa tried to switch gears and play defense, pulling out her go-to move: cryptic Instagram posts. She first posted a vague story: "The devil is working overtime. Don't fall into his hands." Short, mysterious, and classic Vanessa style. It instantly reminded fans of the way she clapped back at pregnancy rumors months ago with those cheeky Rihanna memes. But this time, the energy was different. This wasn't playful, it was defensive and desperate, and she didn't stop there. Vanessa followed it up with another post that sent chills. "Might be time to sharpen those fangs." That message was direct, almost threatening, and everybody knew it wasn't random. She didn't name names, but she left it up just long enough for tabloids to grab screenshots. And you better believe those screenshots made their way straight to Stephen A. exactly like she wanted. At this point, the message was loud and clear. Vanessa was ready for war. If that was the only way to shield herself from voices like Stephen A. tearing her down and from Pam Bryant pushing to take her kids, then so be it. But instead of finding support, she discovered the tide had turned, and the public let her know it fast. The comment section became brutal ground. One fan blasted her as a wolf in sheep's clothing before adding, "It's always smiles in front of the camera and a monster behind the scenes." Ouch, that one stung. Even the usual circle, the basketball wives who normally stick by each other like a secret society, kept their distance. This time, they let Vanessa face the storm completely alone.
Vanessa Bryant might be messing with Snoop Dogg on the low. She went to Snoop Dogg's concert in November 2023, and you see Snoop Dogg's hand on her shoulder. Some people might think that's okay and her to hold it back. No. Yo, I'm gonna keep it a glass of water, y'all. This is nasty work. This person in the comments talking about she's a grown woman, a widow, and Kobe would be happy. Kobe would not be happy with Snoop Dogg, Paul Gasol, Rob Pelinka, or any of his close friends messing with Vanessa Bryant. I don't care what y'all say in the comments. I mean, that's nasty work. I just really hope that it's not Snoop Dogg that's the one that's messing with Vanessa Bryant. Because we all know Vanessa Bryant been, single, unfortunately, since 2020. It's been, 4 years now? You know that she got to be messing with somebody on the low, y'all. I don't care what y'all say. You can't say that Vanessa Bryant hasn't messed with nobody for 4 years. Nah.
But the darkest blow wasn't just about image. The fallout threatened to destroy everything Kobe had worked for. Sponsors started side-eyeing her, nervous about the avalanche of negative headlines. Renewal contracts that should have been automatic, suddenly put on ice. Some deals already signed were quietly being pulled back. The Black Mamba legacy, once untouchable, was now standing on shaky legs. And the very person who was supposed to protect it was out here posting cryptic IG stories instead of cleaning up the mess. And while the world debated whether she could salvage what was left, one man made sure she felt the heat: Stephen A. Smith. Vanessa's Instagram stunt didn't make him flinch. If anything, it fueled him more. He went live once again, aiming straight at her, and this time his shots were sharper, colder, and impossible to ignore. This time, Stephen A. didn't just drag Vanessa for letting herself get played by some random Joe. He went for the jugular. He demanded answers about how she's been handling the charity projects Kobe left behind, the same ones meant to support kids in need. For years, whispers circled about Vanessa not helping Kobe's parents financially, even though he left her millions. But according to Stephen, the story goes much deeper than just family feuds. Mid-rant, Stephen A. pulled out what he claimed were actual financial documents tied to Vanessa and Kobe's joint charity work. And here's the kicker. Those papers allegedly showed red flags. Nothing screaming crime at first glance, but small inconsistencies tucked between the numbers. To most people, maybe it looked like sloppy bookkeeping, but Stephen made it clear he believed those weren't mistakes. They were evidence of something rotten, and the fingerprints pointed straight at Vanessa. The viral clip of him laying it all out spread like wildfire. And this time, the cocky grin was gone. No smirks, no jokes. His voice dropped low, heavy, almost dangerous. Every word landed like a gavel in a courtroom. He leaned in, pausing between sentences, letting the silence wrap around the room like a noose.
This is an aside. Before I get on out of here today, I want to preface my comments by my pending comments by saying, my staff didn't want me to do this. You know, they didn't want me to bring this up. So because of them, out of respect for them, I'm not going to mention names or the individuals that keep talking shit about me.
You could practically feel the tension through the screen. Stephen A. wasn't just gossiping anymore. He was firing accusations that could shake Vanessa's entire empire. And Stephen A. didn't even need to spell it out. His so-called receipts spoke louder than words. The implication hanging in the air that Vanessa might have been funneling money from Kobe's charity projects straight into her new man's pockets. If that turns out to be true, then this isn't just heartbreak, it's betrayal on a whole different level. Now let's be clear, none of this has been proven yet, but the accusations are heavy, and the whispers get louder by the day. And if Stephen A. really has more evidence in the vault, Vanessa could be staring at a scandal that blows everything wide open. Right now, she's gone silent, and that silence feels louder than any statement she's ever made. So what do you think? Is this just gossip spinning out of control, or is Vanessa hiding a truth too messy to face? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, share this with a friend, and we'll see you in the next one.